Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to episode 78 of In Focus Friday. Now, last week we had a look at the Oriental Border Britannias in silver and gold. Really great coins, my pick for 2018 so far. They are absolutely sublime. And it seemed like they were very popular in last week's episode as well, so if you haven't checked it out yet, please do go have a look. The link is down in the description below. Thank you to everybody who voted in last week's episode as well. The big chunky 5-ounce lion and the Kennedy $half will be returning with one new item at the end of this episode, so make sure you stick around and cast your vote for what you'd like to see next time. Today, though, we're going to be focusing on this Georgian sovereign, which is a really great pickup that I made, actually from eBay of all places. So I got this, it was, I think, just in the new year. Was it New Year, or it might have been in between Christmas and New Year? There was a really great offer which happened on eBay. eBay were offering basically 20% off, 20% off voucher up to £75 for any item at all. It was a sort of a 6-hour window, and I got in really early and I picked up this sovereign, and I picked it up for about £200. And at the time, gold price sovereign, spot value was about £235, £240. So I got this for considerably less than spot, and I'm dead chuffed with it because it's awesome. I love it. It's a great coin, and any sovereign is great. And I've featured sovereigns before on In Focus Friday and on my channel as well. But this one is in pretty damn good condition, if you're being honest. It's still got a little bit of mint luster, which is fantastic. Exquisite detail on the actual St. George side. This is the Benedetto Pistrucci design of St. George and the Dragon. Now you can see it's a 1929 sovereign, and you can see there the SA underneath the hoof of the horse and the dragon there. That means it's the South African Mint, which is fantastic. So not only is it my first Georgian sovereign, my George V sovereign, it's also my first South African sovereign, which is a double whammy. I'm really, really chuffed with it, and you can see the exquisite detail on the coin on this side. And there's good old King George with his big old lovely beard and moustache, absolutely cracking facial hair there. So let's do a little bit of history before we leave this coin. Who was George V? George V was king of the British Empire from, I'm testing my my memory, I think it was about 1910. Let me just double check that. I was right, so 1910 to 1936, and he wasn't actually really supposed to be king. He had an older brother who actually died very suddenly, I think in the Navy, I believe. This is all going back to my history, I could be wrong, but that propelled him into succession, into sort of the limelight of the monarchy, and he became king, and he was the king that reigned over us in the First World War, and he oversaw a huge shift in the world in his reign, and up to his death, the world was still looking very tumultuous, and of course we all know what happened after 1936 in the run-up to the 1940s. So very influential king in some ways. He managed to hold together the British Empire such as it was, and he held together the monarchy in a time when monarchies were falling left, right and centre. He was the first of the kind of modern monarchs, I would say. If you look at the monarchy as it is today, I think it's really modelled on the way that he approached things. His legacy is that he started the radio addresses for the basically Christmas speeches to the nation, and that's been obviously wholeheartedly embraced by the modern monarchy and brought forward. So pretty much we are looking at I can call him St. George. We're looking at King George V here as the kind of modern monarch example that has meant that we've got this amazingly loved and stable monarchy here in the United Kingdom, which is a pretty impressive feat nevertheless. So this coin, really, really love it. It's a great little addition to my pension stack. Of course it is, because it was bought for considerably less than spot price, which is always a bonus. But I think it's fantastic as well. I've had a quick look around on various Bullion's websites, and these coins, I guess in these conditions, are going £300. I don't know whether anybody would ever buy them for that. Maybe if somebody was having a specific kind of date run. What is quite interesting about the 1929 year of this particular run of sovereigns is it was the last year in which they used a slightly larger portrait of George V. So beyond 1929 up to 1932, because they didn't actually make sovereigns after that. It's very interesting, and that's actually another very interesting thing about George V. He is the sort of last monarch which was on kind of in circulation sovereigns after sort of 1932, sovereigns weren't made for kind of circulation anymore, and it was, there was actually a big break between then and I think it was 1950s, mid 50s, when the Royal Mint decided that they would start making sovereigns again to kind of meet that gold bullion market demand that was out there. So very interesting sovereign. It's just a bullion grade sovereign. It will be in my pension stack. It will not be there forever. It will get sold one day. It's not a hugely sentimental collector's item, but at the same time for me it's very nice, very cool. I enjoy it, and I'm very happy to have it in the stack. And of course, getting it for less than spot price, considerably less than spot price, was a right bargain for me getting it off eBay. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts on the George Sovereign. I really do love sovereigns generally. I think they're a great size and weight to collect and stack gold. But do let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on King George as well. Good old King George. So there we go. Now, the coins from last week, we have once again got to zoom the camera all the way out because we have the monster slab, which is the 5-ounce proof Lion of England, the Queen's Beast series, and this is in the monster slab. This isn't mine, so just to let you know, we're running out of time to feature this on In Focus Friday, because at some point in the next probably 3 or 4 weeks I'm going to have to send this off to the forum member in America who actually owns this. So if you'd like to see that, then please do vote for that. The next one is the other returning item from last week, which is the Kennedy $half. Really interesting coin, and I'd love to talk about old school US coins as well as the kind of modern silver coins that are out there. And then the newest item to bring to you guys for next week is an SM Bullion bar. Now, I've featured some of these in the past before. They are very cool silver bars, and this is, I think, the latest release which has come from SM Bullion. Picked it up off eBay, and I bought it with a bunch of my sort of eBay Nectar Point vouchers, so it's basically free silver for me. So if you'd like to see any of those items, then please do let me know. Please do comment in this video. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful indeed. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, hit the alarm bell and you get a notification when I upload future videos. Otherwise, all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.